Hey everybody, and welcome back to RPG Speak. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been a few months. We're in a completely different year now. Um, but I decided at 4:30 in the morning to pick this back up again. I never planned on ending it really because, my first episode of the podcast, I said I was going to be running this a lot like my YouTube channel, The Mexinadian, where I just pretty much post whenever I feel like it. I'm a busy person. I don't have a lot of free time to sit here for, 30 minutes to an hour and talk to myself. So this was just kind of a side project type of thing. And I want to kind of pick it back up a bit more. Don't expect episodes every week or whatnot, per usual. It's just something I want to do in my spare time. Also, if you hear fans in the background, I do apologize, but it is necessary for my survival, as it is fucking hot in my house, because the AC does not work. Yeah, it's a no-go. But yeah, so for this episode, I decided that I don't know what I'm talking about. This is it's one of those things where I just did it. I just started recording and I'm just gonna kind of figure out what's popping into my head. I haven't done a lot of tabletop gaming as of late. I've done a lot of online gaming, video games and stuff like that. In fact, I've been playing a lot of Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2, which the beta just came out, or the alpha, one of the two. I can't remember. The early release, I think it is, came out, and I'm actually really enjoying it. The graphics are really good so far. The troops and the factions and whatnot leave a bit to be desired, but I know it's still like early development, so it's not going to be as fleshed out as Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 1 was, but I'm enjoying it. And then I've also been playing a lot of Timberborn, which, if you don't know, is a city building game, much like, City Skylines and SimCity, stuff like that. Except the backstory behind it is that you're in a world where the human race has been wiped out entirely, and then beavers rise up and reclaim civilization as their own, and it's fucking incredible because these beavers know how to make electricity, they build houses, they know how to make campfires, they can farm, it's incredible how smart beavers are. We really don't give them enough credit. But I've been playing that and getting my ass kicked because, unbeknownst to me, there were droughts in the game, and it was very sad because a very bad drought came along. We ran out of water. My beavers ran out of water, and by the end, I was down to two essentially baby beavers who didn't have access to water or food because it was all gone, and so they just ran around and just kind of waited to die. Actually pretty sad. Everybody else died. There was one worker beaver left. He was 17, and he died from of thirst and hunger, and it was very sad. It was not a good sight, and that was my first playthrough ever. But I've gotten a bit better at the game, not as many beavers have died from drought. I think more beavers have died from old age than drought so far, which is, good, to an extent. And that's about it. I haven't been playing anything else besides sport games, really. I've been playing NHL 2022, NASCAR Heat 5, Tony Stewart's I can't remember what the fucking name is already. But I've also been doing a lot of editing, and my main channel, as I like to call it, the Mexinadian, because I've got like 4 channels, if you didn't know that. Like, I've got the Mexinadian, which was originally Cool Mama Jamma, which was originally Cool Mama Jamma 33, which was originally just my first and last name. But then I've got the Mexinadian Politics, which was originally the Mexinadian, and I kind of swapped the two because at the time I created the political channel, I was pretty big into politics, and now I'm kind of meh about the whole situation. And then and then I've got Casual Citizens, which is the channel that me and Dustin, Stone Evil Monkey, that's our channel. That's our collab channel that we do. And I say collab like he uploads anything. He doesn't upload anything anymore. He used to on his channel, Idiot Gaming Core. That was, his project with our other buddies, Jacob and Tristan. If you guys watch the Casual Citizens channel, you guys would know who they are. But, we've been doing voice crack there. Wow, I'm 20 fucking 3. I'm turning 24 this year. Why? Puberty has not hit me, apparently. But yeah, so we've been doing a lot of stuff on that channel. The channel's been going great, by the way. The whole Casual Citizens thing is, we play games, and I don't really announce when I'm recording. I just kind of, because what always tends to happen is, Dustin, Tristan, everybody knows that if we're playing a game together, I'm likely recording, so I'm not worried about that. And they're all okay with it. It's just it always seems to happen when I'm not recording. Like, everything funny, some of the funniest shit that has ever occurred to me has happened when I wasn't recording. And every time it happens, I hear Dustin specifically say, "Ibanez, were you recording that?" And I'll be like, "No, I wasn't recording that. I should have been." Which is why now I pretty much record everything, and if nothing interesting or enough interesting things happen, I put it off to the side, or just scrap the whole thing entirely, depending on, regardless of how big it is. Whoops, just hit my microphone. I apologize for that. But yeah, so it's been a trip. Our last video was we played Hold Fast. Hold Fast Nations at War, I think is what it's called. It's on my monitor, but I don't want to look at it right now. We've been playing that quite a bit, and that was our last video, and it's done fucking great so far. It's at, I think it's at like 38 views now, and it's really enjoyable. It's a lot more fun than one would think, because, me and all my friends, we're fans of, the Mountain Blade series, and, we got Mountain Blade, Battlefield, we're fans of, and stuff like that. So we're all interested in those types of games. I said Battlefield and then those types of games, and Battlefield is nowhere near that type of game. Regardless, games like Mountain Blade and whatnot, we're totally into. We love them. And, we've seen a lot of other people play this game, and it was on sale for like $7, and I'm like, you know what? Let's play it. So we all ended up getting the game, and we're all thoroughly enjoying it. It's so fun. But the problem is, whenever we all tend to jump games, and everybody has the game that they're into at that one specific time. So, right now, Dustin, Jacob, they're into Destiny 2 again, but I don't really care about Destiny 2, realistically. I've never been into the whole futuristic sci-fi type deal. That's never been my play. I've always been into, medieval sword and shield fight and magic stuff, or, modern day type war, like FPS stuff like that. That's always been my thing, though. Like Halo, Destiny, stuff like that, it never interested me. And so we're kind of in this lull where we're all wanting to play different things, but none of us. It's strange. So the recordings haven't been happening very often as of late. But I've got plenty of content to put up on the Casual Citizens channel if I wanted to. It's just a matter of me feeling like editing it. Like, hell, I've got a bunch of shit to put up on my channel. Like, I've got another big video that I've been working on for like 2 months now that I still have yet to edit and whatnot. I haven't even recorded anything but the intro, I think. So it's been slow going, but that's how I'm working. It's always going to be more of a, my pace type deal, not, I gotta get this video up because everybody's expecting it, stuff like that. Nah, I tried the whole schedule thing once, as everybody, who's watched my channel knows. I've tried the whole schedule thing, and it just wasn't it for me. It wasn't my thing. It wasn't what I wanted to do. It ended up in a downturn of content. So that's what I've been working on. I've also been, and this is more of a reveal for the people who will likely be playing with me. I have been working on a Deadlands campaign. A lot of you guys know I like Deadlands. Deadlands is my favorite tabletop RPG to run. So I've been working on another Deadlands campaign for that, and that's going to be something I want to record and put up as on the podcast as, you know, a mini series within my podcast. You know, I've got the interviews, which I've still only done Renavion. That was like, I don't know, a year or two ago at this point. But I still plan on doing more of those. It's just scheduling and shit like that is very difficult right now. And then I also plan on doing the other series of this Deadlands campaign. So that way because I've never been really good at the whole talking to myself thing. I think that's part of the reason why, I mean, that's definitely the reason why my funny moment videos on my channel, the Casual Citizens channel and stuff like that, do far better than any of the Let's Play stuff that I do. You know, so that's part of the reason why, is because I'm just not a great solo speaker. You know, I mean, I'm not a great public speaker either, regardless. You know, public, private, solo, you know, I'm not very good with conversations. I mean, I can hold a conversation pretty decently, but if it's about a topic I'm fucking oblivious to, I go silent, and that's not what I want this podcast to be. You know, I said I've created this podcast so that way I can talk about a topic that I know well, which is video games, tabletop RPG, stuff like that. But it's hard for me to discuss something to nobody, and that's something I've always struggled with. You know, I mean, I can talk to myself all the live long fucking day, but there's a difference between talking to myself and talking to somebody that's not there, if that makes any sense. So I plan on doing these little mini-series instead of this whole one-on-one talking thing. And, you know, these videos videos, Jesus Christ, YouTube brain. These episodes will still occur, you know, where it's just me and you, essentially. Me and you being me and the listener, you listener, me listener. You know, it's going to just be me, but I also want to bring in other people like Dustin, Jacob, Renavion, Evergreen, or Tyler, as you guys probably know him by at this point if you're a fan of Damsels and Dingbats, or even my channel, realistically. But at least I think I've had him on my channel. I can't remember. But yeah, it's I plan on doing those two, you know, creating, like, finding topics, discussing it with them, stuff like that, because I do want to add some substance to this. You know, the whole, like I said, the whole point of this podcast was, well, one of the primary points of this podcast was to talk about, you know, video games, tabletop RPG, stuff like that. Even though it is called, I mean, it is called RPG Speak, it is going to be about gaming regardless. RPG Speak's got a good ring to it, so I kind of encapsulated it all in one. And plus, you can RPG in video games. I mean, shit, people role play in Arma, people role play, like, there are role play servers in Holdfast. There are role play servers in Fallout 76. There are, you know, people role play solo in Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls series in general and shit like that. So, you know, people role play in video games. You know, they are RPGs essentially. So it's incredible. It's incredible that people don't find it that way, but, you know, I digress. So it kind of encapsulates everything into one, and that stuff, like I said, is very difficult for me to talk about by myself. And this whole thing's unscripted too, so I do end up just kind of rambling, because I don't like scripting things. I want it to be natural. But it is difficult when I don't have something to feed off of. You know, I can find a topic all the live long day, but if I don't know the words to start describing and talking about it, then I don't know. I'll just end up skipping stuff, and then end up being, or, you know, reverting back and being like, oh yeah, that's why I said, or, you know, like I said, stuff like that. I've already done it like 17 times in this episode alone, and we're only 15 minutes in. So it's going to be a process, realistically, and I gotta find time. Well, I gotta figure out scheduling things, and, hopefully I can get more people on here and whatnot. So it'll be fun. It's not like I haven't done podcasts before. Shit, I've got another podcast in the works with Dustin and one of our other friends who, if you follow Casual Citizens, you may know. But yeah, it's difficult for me, realistically, and I just ask for some patience, and it's going to take time. So thank you if you've listened this far into it, to my rambling incoherent mess. This is, like I said, unscripted. The next episode won't be scripted either, but I can guarantee you it'll be more articulate than this. Hell, the next episode might be up next week, might be up tomorrow, it might be up next month. I don't know, but I can guarantee you, hell, it might be up next year. We've already done that though, so it'll be more articulate. I can guarantee you that. And by articulate, I mean I will have an actual topic, and I will not just constantly ramble. And this topic that I have, I've already got topics up in my brain. I just didn't want to do them for this video. God damn it. I'm not making a video. But I just wanted to do it for, this episode. So I didn't want to, shit, I keep hitting the mic. I didn't want to do it for this episode for the sole reason that I haven't posted anything here. I haven't put anything up in like 5, 6, 7 months. So I just wanted this to be a little welcome back video podcast episode, audio recording, and let you guys know what's going on, what's going to happen. I did not abandon this totally. I just abandoned it slightly and may have even forgotten about it for a hot minute. But yeah, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching RPG Speak, and I promise I will be back soon. Have a great day, everybody.